we are going to start with question answers of the chapter Visit to Cambridge. Right? So in notebooks, first of all, follow-up must be done, as I have now explained clearly about speech. First of all, do follow-up of speech, and at the top, it must be written follow-up. Got now? Okay, follow-up must be written, and then afterwards you will start with the chapter. So next week I'm going to check the rest part of conjunctions that we have done yesterday. Speech, one today I will give, and one today I will give you as a homework. Okay. Then afterwards question answers. This task must be completed by Tuesday. I will again announce. Okay. So no, you are present in class. Note down, you are in habit of writing a diary? No. So at the back of your rough notebook, at least you can write down this week, this work to be done. And Saksham, please improve the condition of your notebook. It's not appropriate. Please. Okay. So now let us start with the question answers. So comprehension check, keep it with you, please. Yes, this I have given the note side by side. Afterwards, give. Now they will create indiscipline. So now, comprehension check. First one, these four we have already done. Now after that, we have working with the text. Come up to working with the text. The first question is, did the prospect of meeting Stephen Hawking make the writer nervous? If so, why? Did the prospect of meeting Stephen Hawking make the writer nervous? It make the writer nervous, yes. Okay, the prospect of meeting Stephen Hawking made the writer nervous. Why? Because he was, yes, because very good. He was an extraordinary man, and he was doubtful whether he would get time or whether he would get an appointment to meet him. Right? So this is the reason why he was feeling doubtful. Answer is that yes, he felt doubtful. Okay, he was feeling nervous, or the writer felt nervous at the prospect of meeting Stephen Hawking. See the book, please. It is already given, yes. Okay, Stephen Hawking, because Stephen Hawking was an extraordinary man, and he was also feeling nervous, as he was not sure, or he was doubtful whether he would get appointment to meet Stephen Hawking. Now it is clear to all? Saksham, clear? Where you are writing then? Okay. So now next question is, did he at the same time feel excited? If so, why? Yes, he excited as he was also and he wanted to meet the who was also differentially abled. Okay, he wanted to get inspiration from him, right? So write down the answer. Yes, at the same time he was feeling excited, as he was not an ordinary man. Okay, why? Because he was not an ordinary man, he was an extraordinary man, and he was differentially able, but has written one of the famous books. History of time. Ordinary man. He was not an ordinary man. Okay, he was an extraordinary man, right? So, and he was differentially able. What is the meaning of differentially able? Yes, he was differentially abled, right? So he was differentially abled, right? He was not, he was being even in a wheelchair. He was one of the world famous personality, right? He was world famous personality. Why? As he has written a book, famous book. Yes, which book he has written? Brief History of Time, and which was a bestseller. Very good. Which was a bestseller. Okay, which was a bestseller, right? No. Great personality, famous personality he was. Next is, guess the first question put to the scientist by the writer. What was the first question he asked to the writer? Yes, tell me, what was the first question asked? See the yes. Even being on wheelchair, he was a world famous personality. Okay. So now the next one, yes, which is the first question asked?
Option you answer. How he feels on a wheelchair.
Yes, how he felt being in a wheelchair, right? For this, he has given the answer. See, what he has said, I haven't been brave.
And I had no choice.
And I had no choice. So this is only answer given. So we have to ask, we have to guess the question. So what he must have asked when he has given this answer?
How he was feeling in the wheelchair.
How has he been feeling in the wheelchair? And what kind of expression or what kind of behavior he was feeling about, what kind of behavior he was expecting from the other people, right? So what you will write down?
The first question that he asked was,
yes, very good. The first question that the writer put to the scientist was how he has been feeling. Okay, how he has been feeling in a being in a wheelchair, and
how he was accepting the behavior of
yeah.
My question was
How he had been feeling in being in the wheelchair. Okay, how he had been feeling in the wheelchair. And to this, what he has given an answer. What answer he has given? And to this, Stephen Hawking replied that he haven't been brave, but he had no other choice. Or you can also ask this, how he had been so brave. Okay, how he had been so brave being in wheelchair. This can also be the question.
Stephen Hawking replied.
What he replied? Open a book with in front of you, please. Book you don't have. Okay. So what he replied that he hadn't been brave, but he had actually no choice. Okay. But what actually he had, he didn't have any choice. Right? Clear? Fine. So now, the next question is, Stephen Hawking said, I had no choice. Does the writer think there was choice? Just listen to first of all, pay attention to question. Stephen Hawking said, I have had no choice. This we have read now.
Yes.
Does the writer think there was a choice, and what was it? Yes, very good. Yes, very good. So, when Stephen Hawking said that he had no choice, okay? Yes, very good. So, when the writer Stephen Hawking said that I had no choice, to this the writer looked bit positive. Okay, what did the writer look? The writer looked bit positive. Okay, so he thought that yes, there was a choice, and that choice was, what was that choice? Living creatively with the reality of his disintegrating body. Okay, and what was the choice? Yes, he turned out to be bit positive. What bit positive? That to live creatively
with the
with the reality of his disintegrating body was actually a choice in front of him. 101.
Yes.
Okay, completely. You will read the paragraph, you will find the answer. Okay, right? So then, what I have explained, you will come to know that he had choice. What is the choice? To live creatively with the disintegrating body was actually the choice with him, and this he has fulfilled completely. Right? So next one is, I could feel his anguish. What could be his anguish? First of all, come to this para. Okay, again, let us read. Then you will find the answer. See, here he was tapping at the little switch in his hand, trying to find the words on the computer with the only bit of movement left to him. Okay, so it means that he has only one movement, that is the movement with his finger. Rest he was not able to do anything. The long pale fingers, every so often his eyes would shut in frustrated exhaustion, and sitting opposite him could feel his anguish. Okay? Anguish, the mind binds with thoughts that came out in frozen phrases and sentences stripped as corpuscles. So why he was in anguish? Because he was not able to express it completely. Okay? So I explain you why these frozen phrases without any expression, without any emotion, okay, that like corpuscles. Okay?
Because he
So
was
I could feel his
under
anguish. What could be his anguish? What could be his anguish? So
He was not able to express his thoughts.
yes, because he was completely filled with thoughts, right? So he was feeling anguish, or the writer could feel his anguish because he knew that this great man was completely filled with thoughts, right? That this man had great thoughts in his mind, because later on, yes,
But
Sarthak,
can't express.
why are you talking? Pay attention, please.
But
I
can't
told
express.
us he was not able.
He was filled completely with thoughts, but was not able to express them completely. Okay, and he had only one movement, that is of his fingertips, with which he was switching, or what he was pressing the switches of the, or pressing the buttons of the computer, and his sentences were translated by a computer voice, and his sentences were translated with a
He listened, his senses were
computer voice. Yes, then we are coming to this point. But he was able, or the writer was
Translated.
able to understand. He was pressing the buttons of the computer, right? But the writer was able to understand his inability to express himself completely, because he was not able to express himself completely, and his thoughts, they were just coming out as frozen phrases.
and sentences keep as corpus.
Yes. His words or his thoughts coming out as frozen phrases, and sentences as corpuses. Actually, you don't write down this one, frozen phrases and skip as corpuses. You have to explain its meaning. Okay? But it means that his words were frozen phrases without any emotion. His sentences as well as words or his thoughts were frozen phrases, okay, without any emotion and expression. Now you come to know. Okay. For school boy, now the answers which you have written, I was not so satisfied. 2 to 3 answers we will write down again. Okay, I will again discuss with you. Okay. Yes, the question is how he was feeling his anguish. The writer could feel his anguish. How he was able to feel his anguish? Because he could feel his mind, which is filled completely with thoughts, or his mind was filled bind thoughts. Yes, his mind was completely filled with bind thoughts, but he was not able to express his feelings completely, as the only movement he was able to show was with his finger to press the buttons of the computer, okay, to type the sentences, and which were further translated into a computer voice. Okay, so the writer could feel his inability, that his thoughts and sentences were coming out in frozen phrases without any expression. This answer is, it is very deep. Okay, so write it completely, okay, and in a clear manner. Okay, yes. But what is the answer to this question? What you can write down in notebook? Stand up what you have written so that I can come to know. Yes, beta. Sit down. Guntas. Very bad. Next. Tell now what you have written. He was not able to express, then you will write down about the inability. The only movement what he was showing, that is with his, yes, to press the buttons of, okay, to express his thoughts. That was the only thing. Okay, then afterwards what you will write down, that his words as well as sentences, they were coming out frozen phrases without any expression. Okay, all these points, okay, you just note down like frozen phrases and that inability to express. Write on main hints, you will formulate the answer easily. Thing is that all points must be included in the answer, right? So next question is, let us see the next question. The next question is, what endeared the scientist to the writer so that he said he was looking as one of the most beautiful men in the world? Endeared means why he liked. Yes. Yes. So see here, why he said so. When he asked the question, just first of all listen to me. When he asked in the question, do you find it annoying when someone like me comes and disturbs you in your work? What he said. The answer flashed yes. Then he smiled his one-way smile, and I knew without being sentimental or silly that I was looking at one of the most beautiful men in the world. Why he said so? Yes, he liked, of course, he liked his smile, but actually it is not only the smile that he liked. Okay, so how you will write down? The scientist, first of all, you will write from the question. And he was true also. He didn't say, no, I don't feel disturbed. He was so true. This is also one of the reason. And ultimately, being you can say, being just a, you can say, just a 3D picture painted on a wheelchair. He was just like a 3D picture being painted on the wheelchair. Okay, but then what is there? But then still, he was able to deliver his smile. Okay, and that at that moment, the writer, he felt the beauty of his eternal soul. Right? What happened? That he has come, first of all, just listen to me. Then he has come to understand the beauty of his eternal soul. Right? And that moment he has come to know that what beauty is actually. It is not the outward beauty. It is the beauty that is deep seated in one's heart. Okay, this is actual beauty, and then he has seen that beauty, and this is the reason he found himself to be one of the most beautiful men in the world. So now I'm going to explain. That was just discussion. Okay, so first of all, you will write down from the question that the scientist endeared to the writer. Why? Because when he has asked him that whether he was disturbed, okay, whether he felt disturbed when someone like him, okay, or just write down that whether he felt disturbed when someone like him came to him, okay, to this the scientist in a smiling way said yes, or the writer in a smiling way approves his idea. Okay, what he did, he approves his idea, or he replied in a positive manner. You can write down in any way. He replied in a positive way, he replied in a positive manner. At this point, okay, at this point, what happened? The writer has seen the eternal beauty of his soul. So what he has seen? Yes. So what he has seen? He has seen eternal beauty. What he has seen? Eternal beauty of his soul. Okay, so what he has seen at this point, he has seen eternal beauty of his soul. Okay, being, okay, then he was just like, or being only a, what he was? He was being only a 3D picture painted on wheelchair. Painted on a wheelchair. He was just like that. He was just like a picture painted on wheelchair. Okay, yet he delivered his smile. Okay, but being only a 3D picture painted on a wheelchair who delivered his smile, then he has found the beauty which is deep seated in his heart. Okay, what he has found? The beauty deep seated in his heart. Deep seated, which is deep seated beauty in his heart, and then he found him to be one of the most beautiful men in the world. He was very true. Yes, he was true also. Yes, no doubt it is. Now you got which points to be included. Yes. So first of all, when he has asked him whether he felt disturbed when someone like him came to him, it is what the scientist said. The scientist smiled with a positive response. Okay, what he did, he smiled with a positive response. And at this moment, what happened? The scientist has seen the eternal beauty of his soul. Okay, that he was just being a picture, 3D picture painted on a wheelchair. He was. Yet he has. No, this is the scientist. The scientist, or you can write down the scientist was just like a 3D picture painted on a wheelchair. Write it down in this manner. It is this is about the scientist. Stephen Hawking was just like a 3D picture on a wheelchair, delivering a smile. So at that moment, he has seen what he has seen, the beauty which is deep seated in his heart. So at that moment, then he found him to be one of the most beautiful men in the world. Very deep answers. Okay, direct answers nahi hai. You have to interpret. Next one. Read aloud the description of the beautiful man, which is the one of the most beautiful sentence in the description. Yes, very beautifully it is given. I described in the chapter also that which is the sentence. Here it is given. Read aloud the description. We will write down the description also. First of all, I'm reading from the book, then I will explain its meaning. So it is given, before you like a lantern whose walls are worn so thin you glimpse only the light inside, is the incandescence of a man. The body almost. Tomorrow we will continue. Take a minute, please.